So great to see so many of you here. And I welcome all of you, everyone, and with that I hope to have observed all protocol.
Yes, it's great to see you all here. I'm very happy to see you and welcome you to this second Swedish Open Forum. And I dare to say that you represent a broad spectrum of Zimbabwe. So what makes an innovative society? A commitment to education, investing in infrastructure or research, an open society, a belief in each and everyone's ability and responsibilities.
So we have our distinguished panelists to offer some various perspectives and ideas on innovation and creativity.
As a country, and certainly as a private sector, we're very good at making a plan. I think Zimbabwe is famous now for making a plan and being able to sort of navigate challenges and get around challenges. But what we don't do as well is innovate, look ahead and anticipate change or create change in certain instances, and to really try and be the driver of change.
What are your thoughts here on how to continue to be an innovative enterprise? How do you think around innovation?
What is very important is to create and sustain a culture of innovation. That's what we believe would drive, innovation. And how, have we been doing it? So firstly, one of our core values is actually pioneering. So when people come into Econet, we teach them to create new ideas.
Clearly, when you have a discussion like this, you want to have the different perspectives, and government, policy making is key. Having listened to this, but also your own thoughts and your government's thought on innovation and how to promote innovation in Zimbabwe.
Innovation, this is something that is critical for the growth and development of nations. And I want to speak here as a development economist. So allow me to do just a bit flashback to some of the things that guide us in government when we talk about innovation. Starting with the Sustainable Development Goals. We as a government, we believe in embracing the global economy. We embrace what the UN has discussed and agreed. And from the Sustainable Development Goals, we look at what Africa is a region. What are we talking about? Under Agenda 2063. Then we come down to our own national plan, Zima Asset, and say, so out of the SDGs in Agenda 2063, what do we want as a nation?
It's not just about what's happening now, but it's seeing into the future and saying, okay, what can we do to improve? How can we solve this problem and actually turn that into something that's a great enterprise maybe, or a great product or a service? How can we do things differently?
And I think if you look at creativity is one side. You want to be creative and you want to come up with new ideas on on problems. But then the organization and actually your team leader or your colleagues or your manager needs to be able to give you the time as an employee to maybe pursue this.
But I just wanted to point out one thing. I think they've mentioned it. I think innovation is about leadership. Innovation is about leadership.
Probably structurally we need to try and get our engineers and chemists and what to get on the forefront of business, because we are risk averse as a society generally.
But I think that innovation in Zimbabwe should not just be mentioned along with SRDC, because there's so many other spaces and hubs where innovation is happening. And I think that government needs to open up to actually other spaces where there might not be as much research going on, but there's innovation going on.
The partnership that can happen between the government and the private sector with the arts sector, arts and culture sector. Because for me that is one of the bedrocks of creativity itself and innovation. And even if you are talking about the scientific method, you need to be asking interesting questions and be imaginative to even start the process.
But our question is, where are our graduates? We taught them to think, what is it that we need to do to leverage Zimbabwe from where we are and make that leap and move forward and be like the rest of the world? We want our people, Zimbabweans, to be able to embrace globalization, at the same time taking into consideration our own indigenous technological capabilities, not forgetting our own culture, norms and values. We customize what we embrace on the global environment.
In 1948, Sweden made a law that the employee that comes up with a patented solution will have the benefit of that. So if you're an employee in Sweden, you are allowed to reap the benefits out of your innovation.
I think we need to go before we even take our children to school. To what extent do we value the ideas that come from our children? We send our children to crashes. They repeat the same songs all the time. And when they come up with new songs, we say, where did that come from? That is innovation. You know, we also need to have a culture that is promoted.
And a comment you made at the beginning about how you can tax the 80% of the economy that's in the informal sector, and it's difficult. Stop trying to tax us, please. I think that's really, stop trying to tax us. Stop looking for a way to extract, but look for ways to support, foster, and encourage. It is said that a startup takes 5 years before it actually is established. In Zimbabwe, it's more like 10, because we spend the first 5 years hiding from you instead of working with you to grow us.